You've been watching what you eat, hitting the gym, cutting out sugar, maybe even skipping late-night snacks. But no matter what you do, the number on the scale doesn't move, or worse, it goes up. It's not just frustrating, it's exhausting. And if you're like many people, you start to question yourself. Am I doing something wrong? Is my metabolism broken? Do I just have bad genes? But what if the real reason has nothing to do with your effort and everything to do with something inside your body working against you? There's a powerful hormone that could be quietly sabotaging your weight loss, and most people don't even know it's there. It's called insulin. And when insulin is out of balance, your body flips a switch that makes losing fat almost impossible. You could be eating clean and exercising regularly, but if this hormone is elevated, your body is stuck in fat storage mode. That SYU might feel like you redoing everything right, but still not seeing results. In this video, we're going to explore how insulin works, why it could be the hidden force behind your weight struggles, and what you can start doing today to take back control. This isn't about more willpower or fewer calories. This is about finally understanding your body and unlocking the hormonal secret that could change everything. If you've been stuck and frustrated, this might be the missing piece you've been waiting for. Let's get into it. You've been doing everything right. You've cut back on carbs. You've been eating your greens. You're skipping dessert and sweating through workouts 5 times a week. Maybe you've even downloaded a fitness app, started meal prepping on Sundays, and sworn off late-night snacking. But the scale refuses to budge. Worse, it sometimes creeps up. It's confusing. It's frustrating. And it feels deeply unfair. You start to wonder if it's just your body. Maybe you are genetically doomed to carry stubborn fat no matter how disciplined you are. Maybe something is wrong inside that you cannot see. Here's the truth. You might be right. The invisible culprit might not be your willpower, your workouts, or your calorie count. It might be your hormones. And there is one hormone in particular that could be making your weight loss journey feel like running uphill in quicksand. Its name is insulin. And if your body is not handling insulin well, losing weight can become nearly impossible. Let's talk about what this hormone does, how it sabotages your efforts, and most importantly, how you can turn things around. Insulin is produced by your pancreas, a small organ that quietly works behind the scenes every time you eat. Insulin's main job is to help your body absorb glucose from the food you eat, and either use it for energy or store it for later. That sounds helpful, and it is. In fact, without insulin, your blood sugar would spike to dangerous levels and your cells would be starved of fuel. Insulin keeps things balanced, or at least it is supposed to. But here's the twist. When you eat a lot of sugary, starchy, or highly processed foods, your blood sugar spikes rapidly. Your pancreas responds by releasing a lot of insulin to clean up the mess. If this happens too often, your cells start to ignore insulin's signals. This is called insulin resistance. Your body starts shouting to your cells to take in sugar, but your cells are basically sticking their fingers in their ears. So the pancreas sends even more insulin, and then more. Eventually, you are flooded with insulin. What happens when your insulin levels stay high? Your body goes into fat storage mode. It stops burning fat and starts hoarding it. The insulin is like a switch. When it is up, your fat-burning system is turned off. You could be eating clean and exercising daily, but if your insulin is constantly elevated, your body simply will not let go of its fat stores. Even worse, high insulin not only blocks fat burning, it also makes you hungrier. It drives cravings for sugar and carbs. You feel tired, foggy, and always slightly unsatisfied after meals. This creates a vicious cycle. You eat something healthy, but still feel hungry. So you reach for something quick. That snack spikes your insulin again, and the fat stays locked in place. Insulin resistance does not happen overnight. It creeps up slowly. It might start in your 20s or 30s, especially if your diet includes a lot of refined foods. By the time you are in your 40s or 50s, you may be deeply insulin resistant without even knowing it. It does not always show up as diabetes. In fact, many people are what doctors call pre-diabetic without any major symptoms. But one of the biggest red flags is stubborn weight, especially around the belly. That's why people who are insulin resistant often carry more weight in their midsection. The fat wraps around the organs, forming what is known as visceral fat, which is the most dangerous kind. It increases your risk of heart disease, high blood pressure, and even certain cancers. But what most people notice first is that no matter what they do, the belly just will not go away. The irony is that many standard weight loss strategies make insulin resistance worse. If you are cutting calories too severely or relying on frequent small meals, you may be spiking insulin all day long. Even healthy snacks like fruit and protein bars can do this. If your diet is low in fat, but high in carbs, even from whole grains or fruit, your insulin might be staying elevated. And while exercise is incredibly important, not all workouts are equal when it comes to insulin. Chronic cardio, like jogging for hours, can stress the body and increase cortisol, another hormone that interacts with insulin in tricky ways. If your body is already under hormonal stress, long, intense workouts might be adding fuel to the fire. So what can you do about it? The first step is to become aware. If you suspect insulin is sabotaging your efforts, the best thing you can do is to start looking at your diet and lifestyle from a hormonal perspective. Forget the calorie calculator for a moment. Start thinking about how each bite affects your blood sugar and insulin response. One of the most effective strategies for reducing insulin is to reduce your intake of refined carbs and sugars. That does not mean you need to go full keto or never eat bread again. But it does mean being mindful about your carbohydrate sources. Replace white rice with cauliflower rice. Trade soda for sparkling water with lemon. Swap cereal for eggs and avocado in the morning. When you do eat carbs, pair them with fiber, fat, and protein to slow the insulin spike. Another powerful tool is intermittent fasting. When you give your body longer breaks between meals, insulin levels naturally fall. This gives your body a chance to switch from storing fat to burning it. You don't need to starve yourself. Something as simple as a 12 to 16-hour fasting window can make a huge difference. For example, finish dinner by 7 p.m. and eat your first meal at 11 a.m. the next day. Sleep is also critical. Poor sleep increases insulin resistance and hunger hormones. When you are tired, your body craves sugar for quick energy, which spikes your insulin. Try to aim for 7 to 9 hours of high-quality sleep per night. If you are tossing and turning or waking up exhausted, that is a sign your hormones may be off balance. Stress is another hidden driver of insulin resistance. Chronic stress floods the body with cortisol, which pushes your blood sugar up and forces the pancreas to release more insulin. If you are always on edge, even a perfect diet might not be enough. Practices like deep breathing, meditation, nature walks, and cutting back on screen time can lower cortisol and help reset your system. Let's not forget movement, but instead of punishing workouts, focus on insulin-sensitive exercises. Resistance training, like lifting weights, builds muscle which uses glucose more efficiently. Even simple bodyweight exercises can help. Walking after meals is another underrated trick. Just a 10 to 20 minute stroll can blunt the insulin spike from a meal and help your body process sugar better. It is important to realize that you are not broken. If your weight loss has stalled, it is not because you are lazy or weak. It is not because your metabolism is ruined or your body hates you. It is likely because your hormones are working against you. And the good news is that you can turn it around. Hormones can be rebalanced. Insulin resistance can be reversed. Fat can be released. But it requires a shift in approach. Instead of counting calories, count how many times a day you spike insulin. Instead of obsessing over the number on the scale, notice how your energy, sleep, cravings, and mood are changing. These are the early signs of healing. When your hormones start to work with you instead of against you, your body will begin to let go of the fat it no longer needs to protect you. Of course, if you are unsure, speak with a medical professional. A simple fasting insulin test or glucose tolerance test can give insight into how your body is managing blood sugar. Sometimes functional medicine doctors can dig deeper with hormone panels and offer customized protocols. But even without labs, your body is already giving you clues. Are you frequently hungry even after meals? Do you crash in the afternoon? Do you gain weight around your waist, even when your diet is clean? Do you feel sluggish, foggy, or inflamed? These can all be signs of insulin resistance. Your body is not the enemy. It is trying to protect you. High insulin is your body's way of coping with a world full of sugar, stress, and sleep deprivation. But once you learn to lower those insulin levels, you can tap into the incredible healing potential that your body has been holding on to all along. You do not need to starve yourself. You do not need to be miserable. You just need to work with your biology instead of against it. When insulin is in check, something amazing happens. Your hunger decreases, your energy increases, your belly fat starts to shrink, your cravings fade, you sleep better, you feel clearer, your clothes fit differently, and yes, the scale begins to move. All of this happens not because you are eating less or punishing yourself more, but because your hormones are finally aligned with your goals. That stubborn fat was never a personal failure. It was a hormonal message. And now that you understand what your body has been trying to tell you, you have the power to respond in a new way. So the next time you step on the scale and feel discouraged, remember that there is more to weight loss than numbers and willpower. There are chemical messengers inside of you dictating how your body stores and burns fat. And insulin is one of the most powerful messengers of all. You are not lazy. You are not broken. You are not alone. You are simply human. And your body, even in its current shape, is trying to help you survive. When you treat it with understanding, with smart strategy instead of harsh discipline, it responds with transformation. Losing weight is not just about less food and more exercise. It is about working with your body's deepest systems. And when you get insulin on your side, you will finally stop fighting your own biology and start moving forward with ease. You have not failed. You were just following the wrong map. But now, you have a new one. And with the right guidance, you can finally find the path that leads not just to weight loss, but to energy, peace, confidence, and lasting health. If you've been battling the scale and feeling like your body is working against you, know that you're not alone and you're not broken. The struggle to lose weight is not always about eating less or working out more. Sometimes it's about something deeper. Hormones like insulin play a massive role in how your body stores and burns fat. And when they're out of balance, it can feel like you're stuck no matter how hard you try. The good news is, this isn't the end of the road. Once you understand the role insulin plays, you can start making smarter choices that work with your body, not against it. Small changes in how you eat, when you eat, how you move, and how you rest can make a huge difference. Your body is incredibly intelligent and resilient. When you give it the right signals, it knows how to heal and rebalance. So if you've been feeling defeated, take a breath. This isn't your fault. You've just been missing the full picture. Now you've got a new perspective and the power to take real steps toward lasting change. Your journey isn't over. It's just beginning, and it starts with understanding how to support your body at the hormonal level. If this video gave you an aha moment, make sure to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs to hear this. There's so much more to explore together, and your breakthrough might be just around the corner. You've got this.